Well, hi, everybody. Ken Johnson or KJ here with you, and we are still tracking this big winter storm moving across the middle part of the country tonight. So far, just a little bit freezing rain, sleet, and snow, but that's all going to change as we head into Sunday. Let's check things out, and this is going to be the evening run of some of our computer models here. This is the HRRR. I typically do like this, especially in short term type situations here. And if we take a look, this would be this evening. And I don't have the winter weather composites put on here, but this shows what we call reflectivity. And where you see these brighter colors as we get in, this would be before the sun comes up on Sunday morning. Look at that as heavy bands of precipitation. Now, some of this, especially if you look into Kansas City, south, near and south of Kansas City, I still think some of that could be sleet. But Kansas City northward, back into northwest Kansas, north central Kansas, that's going to be some very heavy snow, and it's going to snow heavily after midnight into a good part of the day tomorrow on Sunday before it begins to finally taper off some as the big storm begins to shift off to the east. So, how much snow might fall from this situation, this particular winter storm? Now, sometimes you've got to kind of take this with a grain of salt a bit, but at least from this particular computer model run, it's showing those snowfall amounts in that band really increasing. But again, these numbers might be a little on the high side. This shows some 14, 15-inch snowfall amounts, and it's possible, but probably seeing numbers probably a little bit less than that. But the issue is there's going to be a lot of wind blowing as we head into Sunday as well. So this is going to reduce visibilities, especially tomorrow morning into the early afternoon, northern Missouri, back into the Kansas City area. And thus, this is blizzard warnings in effect. Could even see some accumulating snows all the way down into northern parts of Oklahoma, but the southern extent of that would probably be much lighter than up to the north. But even with light accumulations of snow with strong winds, it still reduces the visibility. Of course, on the south side of all this is ice. How much ice are we expected to see from this system here? Well, you continue to see those bands of ice, especially across southern Missouri, just north of the Arkansas border. Still think that as the storm gets wound up on Sunday, especially in the afternoon, there's going to be some thunderstorms to the south. That's going to feed into those areas. Remember, cold air is in place to the Earth's surface. It's real heavy and dense. It can't go anywhere. Warmer air is trying to push in from the south. So the air above the Earth's surface is actually a bit warmer than the air at the Earth's surface itself. So therefore, you wind up with freezing rain. So there could be some significant freezing rain there, southern and southeastern parts of Missouri, and that would also carry over into the Midwest as well. So not only that, but dangerously cold conditions expected, and that cold air is going to be plunging to the south as we head into Sunday and into the early parts of next week. Much of next week looks pretty cold.